people are talking about. And it's this elderly woman who went in. Let's see here. So she comes into McDonald's.
This is a very serious problem. We have a very serious. This is a very serious problem. We have a very serious problem here.
You can call my doctor.
She was vaccinated.
Okay, so there you see, this old woman is in there. She wants to get herself a cheeseburger or whatever the case might be. And they say, okay, now you have to show us your papers. Show us your vaccine papers, okay? And she has lost them for some reason. She says something about, oh, I've had something stolen or whatever from her wallet. But she shows her ID, and they kick her out. And you can see that manager or assistant manager or whatever it is saying, hey, stop recording, don't tape this. And that kind of stuff annoys me. If you're not doing anything wrong, if you're doing something exactly according to the letter of the law and you feel totally good about it, you're not going to say, stop recording. You're not. You're going to say, please record this. Record me doing my wonderful job. I'm doing everything just all tickety-boo, all perfect and wonderful and pleasant. This is exactly what I should be doing, okay? But they get all upset and they're like, oh, don't you record. And why do they say that? Because they know that it is wrong. They know what they're doing is immoral. So they have other people say, so they try to tell other people, you can't record me doing this. Well, no, I'm sorry. I'm not going to not record you because you're doing something wrong and you feel bad about it or embarrassed by it. Okay? So subsequently, we come back here to...
And you did, and you asked her to leave.
I'm just going to play this here. I'm just going to turn this off. But we can see here, he says, we still have to have proof. That's the law. You have to show proof of vaccination. If you can't show it, then you cannot dine here. But that's wrong. That's wrong. You're making a choice to follow an immoral law. Okay? You're segregating society and you're saying, no, if you don't have proof of your vaccination, we're going to keep you out. Now, the truth is, there may be a law. There may be a mandate or even a law that says that. But people all the time, including police, choose which laws to enforce and which laws not to enforce. And if every business just up and says, that's not right. That is just not right. We are going to say, come on in, have yourself a cheeseburger, get a fillet of fish. We don't care. We're going to allow you to come in and eat. And we're not going to check anybody's health status because it's none of our damn business. Okay? If every business does that, what are the police going to do? What are the bylaw officers going to do? What is society going to do? Society's just going to keep on rolling. Okay? The powers that be will not be able to shut down every single business. There's not enough officers. There's not enough public employees. There's not enough bylaw officers or police or anything else or sheriffs or anything to go and police all that. So they will be completely handcuffed. No pun intended. Okay? The system will be handcuffed and they will just have to let it go. And they would say, you know what? The people do not abide by this. Laws only get supported if the public agrees to support them. And with so many people turning their backs on freedoms and rights and equality, we are descending into a society where it is a multi-tiered stage, where people say, because you do not agree with me, you do not act in the way that I want you to or that I feel you should, I'm totally okay with you being denied food at a restaurant. I'm totally okay with you being kicked out of certain businesses. I'm totally okay with you not being able to go into a bar and relax and have a beer and watch the football game. Okay? And that's not a society that is a worthwhile society. That is a regressive society. That is a society that does not look to people as individuals and as equals. It is a society that is divided. And divided societies ultimately and fairly quickly will fall. So when I see guys like this, and I understand, he's got a paycheck, he wants to get his paycheck, he's probably got family and friends and everything else that he needs to help support and put food in the mouths of his children. Okay? But there comes a point where you have to stand up for things, where you have to take a stand on the greater issue. And people may say, oh, yeah, but you're a hypocrite. Well, I'm not, because I have left jobs over issues like this. Okay? I have quit jobs over the mask issue. So it can be done. It can be done. You have to be willing to take a sacrifice, though. 100% you do, because you're not going to make as much money. You're not going to live the same lifestyle. But the principle of the matter is what is important. And when I see people like this say, well, you have to, right? I went into a bookstore a while ago and I was trying to buy a book as a gift for a friend of mine. Okay. And they said, you have to wear a mask in here. And I said, no, I don't. I have an exemption. I don't have to wear a mask. And they said, well, our policy is you have to wear a mask. And I said, yeah, but I'm exempt. And they said, yes, but you can't wear a mask in here. And I said, you're wrong. And you know how I know you're wrong? Because I'm standing in the store right now without a mask. I don't have to wear a mask. You're choosing to tell me that you're not going to sell me a book unless I wear a mask. That's what the case is. It's not that I have to. It's not that it's a mandate. Like if I walk in the store, there's going to be a force field there that prevents me from getting through that doorway if I don't have a mask on. It's because you make the choice that you're saying if people don't obey and dress the way that I want them to dress, then you can't come in here. Okay? This is where it comes down to it. People make decisions, and you can decide if you're just going to go along to get along. And everybody, and it's been mentioned by, freaking thousands of people before me. The reason groups like the Nazis come to power, the reason things like the Soviets stayed in power, the reason the fascists in Italy stayed in power is because people just sat by and said, oh, thank God they're not coming after me. Thank God they're not coming for me. I'm just going to shut up. I'm going to go along with the powers that be, and I'm totally content looking the other way. Well, people like this dude, and frankly, everybody in this restaurant that just stood by, not these people because they weren't there when the woman was there, but the people that stood by while that woman was getting kicked out, every single one of them made a choice to say, I'd rather just sit here and freaking eat my fries than stand up for that woman's right to go into a business and order some food. Frankly, it's sickening, it's appalling, and it cannot be allowed to stand, right? People need to start taking a stand because eventually they do this, they're going to take another inch. They're going to take another inch. They're going to take another inch. And then this guy and this guy and this woman and this guy over here or woman, whatever it is, and this guy are going to get to a point where suddenly something is affecting them and they're going to say, this isn't fair. Why isn't somebody taking a stand against this? And the reason is because everybody else who freaking had the balls to take a stand, ultimately, you just stood by and they got freaking carted away. And now that's it. There's nobody else left. And you're just getting screwed.